Welcome to another episode on the CrystalCraft server. As always, I am MCMiningCaveman, and I'm here in the Stone Sword base, and I have been working my butt off since, July 24th, and I actually finished this yesterday, August 10th. So, however long that took. Let's see. I'm actually pulling up a calendar on my phone real quick. It took 2.5 weeks roughly. And I have finished digging most of this out. Well, really, I've got it all dug out. Got Jenson's house torn down. Got ShadowChapel's house torn down. AvaPendragon's house torn down. These are the chests of all of their building materials and the things that they had in their house. So yeah, I've got this dug out. All I have to do is put stone brick on the walls. But I do have it dug out ready for it. I just haven't got around to it yet. And while I was digging it out, I came across a skelly spawner. So that's nice. Couple cave entrances. There was one somewhere in there. I filled it. I already went in there. It was very small, so I torched it up and filled it off. And I was exploring that one. I've been torching it up in there. And when I was doing this on my wife's MacBook, I can only set it to render distance 2 for it to handle. And so there's a lot of render glitches in the distance. And so I've seen mobs spawning in this wall, which means there's got to be caves that way. So I just need to finish putting stone brick on a wall and a third of another wall, and then it'll be done, and then slowly remove this ceiling. I don't know. I'm definitely going to remove the wool and the glowstone, but part of me kind of wants to leave this walkway and make this part of the mob farming. Just you have to run around and kill them all. And so I probably don't need the beacons anymore. I haven't done anything with Gluumba's plot because still haven't been able to get a hold of him. I'm thinking about tearing down the potion brewer. Oh, that's the small cave that didn't go anywhere, and that's one that I've been exploring. Yeah, so I've been working on this pretty much as my sole project for the past 2.5 weeks, other than the building the wall at the StoneShovels last weekend. But I've been working on this so much that, and these slimes are crazy in their spawning. But I've been working on this so much that I've even been dreaming about digging this out. That's how bad it is. My dreams are of me digging this hole out. So it's so big that jump doesn't even go all the way across it for those who have that donor command. Because it's 121 from this wall to that wall, and so it's 121 from that wall to that wall. And it's from, let's see, it's level 6. This is, well, these are half slabs, but it's on level 6, all the way up to water level, which is 63, and even higher over here on the sand dune. And I know some of this part was dug out, but this is roughly 750,000 blocks. I've been trying to, I need to apologize. I know I've blown off a lot of people in conversations. Oh, I can't type and talk for nothing. Excuse me. Blown off a lot of conversations, not ignored people by command, just ignored what was going on in the chat. But I do want to thank the people that did help me. I'm sorry I can't remember you all, but traded for lots of pickaxes, lots of efficiency books. Those really helped me out, and this is what you've helped me accomplish with those trades and sales and donations. So I want to thank you a lot. But also on top of that, this is my 1 year anniversary. This past week has been my 1 year anniversary on the CrystalCraft server. And it's come a long way in the 1 year. Let me get some more of these things cycled through. Actually, I'm going to put this stuff on. So yeah, I don't remember the exact date I joined, but it was the first week of August, and it's actually the August 11th at the moment, 5 in the morning for me. And when it's currently Minecraft version 1.7.10 is out. I'm still running 7.2 because of the mini-map. It's still the, for Ree's mini-map, it's the newest version that it's come out for. But when I joined the server, it was, let's see, 1.6.2. So 6.4 hadn't even come out yet. And Spawn was, let's see, let's hop over to Spawn just to see, for a change of scenery. But Spawn was, I think, at 28 million or something like that. It was just the room at 28 million, and you simply jumped down the bottom of the crystal into what appeared to be a void, but it was just blackness, and you were command block teleported to just this desert. It was a desert, did not match the CrystalCraft theme at all. It was a desert area, and then it had the Hall of Heads and an arena, and that's all that Spawn was. And also that was back in the time that there was still minecart, flying minecarts available, and that's how I actually got around the most, was that way. So Spawn's come a long way. The crystal itself has pretty much remained the same, but Spawn eventually moved, or the crystal area eventually moved under where the spawn point was, and then they got rid of the command block and added the staircase, and then of course when 1.7 came out, they added it to a ice spider biome. Partially, I don't want to take credit for it, but when 1.7 was still in its snapshots, and the ice spider was one of the new biomes. I had made a comment in chat once that it might have been on the forums, but I think it was just in chat, that the ice spiders would be the perfect biome for CrystalCraft to tie in with all the crystal and crystal fill to it. And you know, let's see. So the little bit of history of the stone swords, I guess, would be in order. I came here from another server, and if you've watched my previous episodes, you know a little bit about that, and I haven't really gone into much detail, and I still won't. And that server doesn't even exist anymore, so it doesn't matter. But I came to this server with G Sniper and Kaylee. They were boyfriend and girlfriend. And I actually joined with them on the previous server, and we left that server, and we were both scouting other servers and came across this one. And actually G Sniper came across this one first, and I had found actually a different one, and so he asked me to check this one out, and I was going to have him check the other one out, but coming on here, I just instantly thought that this place looked really awesome. Even the old one, old spawn, looked really awesome. And so just pretty much this was it. And so when we joined, we knew that this was going to be it. And I've stuck around, even though G Sniper and Kaylee have slowly had left afterwards. And well, we also had Papa Taz and Savannah join the StoneSwords team after a while, and then Papa Taz became staff, and Savannah had left, even though we kept her as an honorary member. And then we eventually, oh yeah, I already skipped. When G Sniper and Kaylee and I came to this server, we teamed up with Jensen and Nick, Mr. Nanderson. And so it was the 5 of us that were the original StoneSword team. And we originally chose the name more or less to be funny to, you know, like who fights with stone swords, you know. It's just, you know, iron at the minimum. And so we were just kind of being silly about it. But it ended up sticking because we're like, well, nobody else is going to do anything like that. And then it was shortly after that Nick started being inactive. And then G Sniper and Kaylee left, and that before they left, we picked up Papa Taz and Savannah, and then they left. And Nick finally said that he wasn't going to be coming back, and so it was down to me and Jensen again. And so that's when we picked up Chief Hawk and Gluumba, and that it was the 4 of us for a while, not for very long, because then we picked up Shadow and Ava. Picked them up just before the beginning of 2014. So I don't know if there's supposed to be grass there or not. But we picked them up as part of the team. And then after a while, let's see, what was it? Oh no, nobody left. Nobody had left. Decided to add Codebach onto the team after the team he was on fell apart because he was. We had talked about adding him as a member before, and all of this has been talked about in previous episodes, so I won't dwell too long on it. But yeah, we added Codebach onto the team, so there was 7 of us, and then let's see. Of course, just recently, Chief Hawk has decided to quit, and Gluumba is burned out for the time being, and Codebach became staff, so he had to leave the team. And Ava has been busy, and Shadow has been a little bit burned out. So it's been really just me and Jensen of late, and but our team name is not dead. Still working on finding a way to resurrect it. I need Ava, Shadow, Gluumba. If you're watching this episode at all, please make a decision on whether or not you're going to come back and play, or if you just need to admit that you're burned out, and so that I can add new team members and stuff. And then, well, enough said of that. And I know I ain't doing anything but just walking around and looking at nothing. But if I do too much stuff, I just either I play and can't talk too much, or I talk and don't play too much. But anyway, the server had become 1.7 around the middle of December 2013, so just last year. And that's I think when I don't remember. I think that's around the time that they opened up the new website. Jay Flority decided to get rid of the engine web service and switch to a new independent one. And so the beta testing started around mid-December. And yeah, it must have been in November or December that it switched to 1.7. Because when we started building our HQ, the new one with the one that was at like 24 million by 15 million or something like that, it was already 1.7, and we started doing that in February, I think, was when we broke grounds. You'd have to go back and check my previous episodes about that. And then it was around March time when staff went ahead and switched entirely to the new website service, and became independent from Engine that way. And then, let's see, it was June, I think, that they added Skyblocks and Creative, and they were going to have survival mini games, but unfortunately, Skyblocks didn't have very many people playing, and so that was they canceled that project, and then they decided to put the survival mini games on hold. So there's just the survival world and the creative world for the time being. And the creative world has some awesome builds. I claimed some plots and haven't really done anything with them since. So also, I also started the StoneShovels team because the StoneSword team wasn't very active, and I wanted to build. And I had always the stone swords had been very isolated, kind of exclusive. We didn't really participate in anything. Um, we were so far out that we knew we were never going to be found, and so we just were, so separated from everything that I'm like, all right, I want to do something different, and I know that there was a lot of people who wanted to do things with me. CrissCrisis had been bugging me, not in a bad way, but just constantly trying to get my attention from very early on that he wanted to do something with me. And other players had said things likewise, some not on the server anymore. But I'm like, all right, let me put something together where I can bring a bunch of people together and all work together with me to have a good time. And that's when I came up with the StoneShovels team that would be just building. And of course, if you've seen previous episodes, you know a little bit of that as well. But anyway, Stone Swords, for those, if this is your first episode, there is, including me, I think about 9 of us currently. And we have, I found an area, a mountainous area, and it's got plains around it. And we just work together building stuff. And a lot of, even myself sometimes wonder why our teams work so well, both Stone Swords and Stone Shovels. Stone Swords with its turnover of team members, how it can still function, and Stone Shovels, how such a vast number, a large variety of differing people, some of them that don't get along with each other in the rest of their survival area, how we can all get together at the building site. And I'll take a little bit of credit that's the way that I like teams to function, that we use Skype, and that's one of the requirements to be on the team is to have a Skype account. And that way we can all stay in contact with each other. And if there's any issues with each other, they can get a hold of me through Skype. Sorry, I needed to take a drink. My throat was getting a little dry. They could get a hold of me in Skype. Let me know that there's an issue going on. With Stone Swords, it was a little different because pretty much you had to be in high school, or I think it originally started that you had to be near graduating high school, and then we made it a little bit younger with over time. And then with the Stone Shovels, though, I kind of threatened them, and this still holds true for those of you who watch, that The I want the team to be just building, and so there's no storing any personal inventory or anything like that at the StoneShovels site. So that prevents us from being tempted on raiding each other. So there's just, you know, the building supplies that you can get anywhere. But the other thing was that because of my videos, if I call any player out negatively in one of my videos, that's going to seriously hurt them on the server, and I don't want to use that in, you know, that in a negative way, but I did tell them and that if any of them screw up the builds, you know, betray any of the team or any of the team members, and cause the StoneSword build site to be compromised, that I would make a video calling them out and saying how, you know, low down and pathetic they are. And it sounds mean, kind of, but you know, it's, you know, everybody that's on the server likes to play on the server, and of course nobody wants to be called out and you know, not be liked by anyone and just, you know, end up leaving. So that works a little bit, and that holds true still, that you know, if any of them screw it over, that they're going to be called out on it. And so I think primarily the open communication that I have between all the players really helps also. Like just recently, some of them started getting heated at each other because of some incident, and they started harassing each other at the Stone Swords, and so a couple of them told me that they were having issues, so I got on to Skype, and well, actually I think I was already logged in to Skype, and they were telling me in-game messaging, and so I started like, all right, you guys got to remember, we're not supposed to harass each other out here. And it also helps that I'm interactive with them. I'm not just somebody who's set up a team and then, you know, disappears. And also one of the thing is that the team actually, there is no rank structure, that everybody is equal. You know, I take all their inputs regarding the application of a new player wanting to join the team. I do have the final say, but I do take a lot of put in a lot of thought towards their concerns or their what am I trying to think of? Recommendations, concerns and recommendations for a player. I do take those into account before I do anything. And so it's a lot different than any of the other teams that like to say, I am number one, and this is number two, and then this is number three, and the rest of you are all just lowly grunts that never have a chance to excel. We don't tell you that, but that's the way it really is, sort of thing. So we're equal. Nobody is above each other, especially on the StoneSword team. Now, unfortunately, I've had to take more of a leadership role like my rank, the Overlord, I've been having to take more of a Overlord position because a lot of the team is inactive. So I've been having to make choices on the direction that the team is going to go, especially if they're burned out and not bothering to log on for the time being. So like when the world border, oh yeah, the world used to be infinite, but now it's got the world border at 500k. Like, so a lot of them didn't even know the world was shrinking because they hadn't been on for a while. So I'm like, hey, we got to move our stuff. Of course, that glitched out and turned into a different fiasco, which the StoneSword team does seem to have a lot of bad luck with its with our HQ. And now that I have it as a giant, massive hole in the ground, I'm sure that's going to cause some problems in the future when, if there's a world reset for 1.8, if there's base transfers, which I think I'm going to transfer a giant hole now. I'm also a double overlord, actually a triple overlord. I became a double overlord a couple months ago, and then because of the EULA coming out that said that there couldn't be any of those sorts of ranks, that everything had to end by August 1st, the staff put a huge sale on the ranks on the website. So I'm like, why not? Let's go ahead and buy a third one. And actually nobody knew it was possible. I wasn't even sure if it was possible, but I'm like, well, the server shop's not stopping me, so let me just go ahead and go through with it. Because that's how I wanted to. I didn't want to just do a random donation. I wanted to actually, get the benefits of the XP, some of the ores, because of I knew I was going to be digging out the big hole. So I'm like, yeah, I need, I've already got 48, I think it is, double chest of XP, so let's get some more, because I know I'm going to burn through them, which I ended up doing. I still have lots of XP, but yeah, that, and plus all the extra tools that came with it, that helped. I know this is a really talky episode, so I'm going to make this its own episode and then do a back-to-back. I know a lot of people on the server are still asking to join a team with me. StoneSword's team is, you cannot ask to join. Let me make that clear. You cannot ask and be accepted onto StoneSword. I watch people sometimes for months, watching the way that they behave in game, on the forums, how they treat other players, how they treat new players. I observe that, and then I seek out new team members for StoneSwords. And so, but with the StoneShovels, if you want to join, or have a request to join, that's the word, you just need to have Skype, and you just need to go onto the server website, and you just go into the teams sub-forum, and then that's a storm that just started. I got weather turned off. But yeah, you just go into the team sub-forum, and then you find the StoneShovels forum post, and you just add a post to it saying that you would like to, you would like to join, and then I will say that you want to join and send me what your Skype name is, either in the post or through a PM on the website. I will not bother with talking to you about joining the team if you contact me in game. I will simply say go to the forums. So use the website if you want to join StoneShovels, and then I will contact you either via the website's PM, or if you give me your Skype information, I will contact you through Skype about the next the information that I want to get from you about joining. So thank you for sticking around for this episode. Just wanted to do some talking, a little bit of reminiscing, being that it's my 1-year anniversary on the server. But stay tuned very quickly, very shortly for the next episode. Probably get some beautification taken care of at the StoneShovels area, and not really going to do too much with the stone swords for the time being, other than probably get the stone brick wall made and put up, because I just need to torch up the whole area, and that's not going to be too exciting. So thanks for watching. Please go back, watch some of my previous videos, see what my other stuff is about, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Please like my video. Even though this is talky, if you like it, it really helps me out a lot. Also, hop onto CrystalCraft if you aren't a player and you just ran across my channel. So thanks for sticking through this episode, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.